More than 6 years after the death of Jeffrey Epstein, New Mexico lawmakers are proposing the creation of a truth-finding commission to investigate the full extent of what took place on the spiraling ranch he owned in the state. Albuquerque mayoral candidate Daniel Chavez is facing a misdemeanor battery charge for allegedly inappropriately touching a former campaign staffer after a June meeting. The FBI has returned a stolen 18th century map to the National Archives of Mexico during a ceremony at the Mexican consulate in Albuquerque. New Mexico health officials confirmed Wednesday that a 77-year-old Bernalillo County man has tested positive for the plague, marking the state's second case this year. And Chef Marie Anigas, known for her beloved downtown restaurant Bocadillos, has revived the business in a new form, a permanently stationed food truck at Marble Brewery's downtown taproom. From the Albuquerque Journal, this is the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. It's Thursday, September 25th, and I'll have more on those stories in a few moments, plus a look at Albuquerque's weather forecast on the other side of this break.
Kirtland Air Force Base isn't just an installation. It's the nation's hub for national security and space innovation. With 109 mission sets driving global defense across 52,000 acres, Kirtland is poised for incredible growth. The Kirtland Partnership Committee stands beside that mission every day, supporting our workforce, advancing innovation, and growing the next generation of leaders and scientists. Learn more about how we connect community and defense at kpcabq.org.
More than 6 years after Jeffrey Epstein's death, New Mexico lawmakers are preparing legislation to create a truth-finding commission that would investigate what happened at his sprawling Zorro Ranch in Santa Fe County. Representative Andrea Romero, a Democrat from Santa Fe, announced Wednesday that she and other legislators plan to introduce the bill during next year's 30-day legislative session. She said the commission would function much like the U.S. House committee that investigated the January 6th insurrection, with subpoena power, the ability to compel witness testimony, and a platform for survivors to share their stories. Epstein bought the 7,500-acre property from the family of former Governor Bruce King in 1993. The ranch featured a massive mansion, stables, and recreation facilities, and later became a focal point of civil suits accusing Epstein of sexually assaulting underage girls and women there. Plaintiffs described the ranch as a place where teenage girls were lured with horseback riding, ATVs, and swimming, only to face abuse. Despite state-level investigations in 2019, including interviews with survivors and the cancellation of Epstein's grazing licenses on the state land, no criminal charges were ever filed in New Mexico. Epstein, a convicted sex offender, died by suicide in a New York jail in 2019 while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. His death did little to quiet speculation about his ties to powerful figures, including President Donald Trump and former President Bill Clinton. Nationally, debates over the release of Epstein-related records continue to fuel public interest and conspiracy theories. Meanwhile, New Mexico's Attorney General's office has secured $15 million in settlements from banks linked to Epstein, with $4.95 million from Deutsche Bank dedicated to combating human trafficking. Still, the State Department of Justice confirmed that the criminal probe into Epstein's New Mexico activities were closed before current Attorney General Raul Torres took office in 2023, yielding no new evidence beyond what victims revealed in lawsuits. Romero argues that a dedicated commission would help uncover the truth, hold institutions accountable, and provide overdue justice for survivors. Without such actions, she warned, misinformation will continue to flourish, saying, quote, "I think that's an injustice for the people that suffered here." In other headlines from the newsroom, Albuquerque mayoral candidate Daniel Chavez is facing a misdemeanor battery charge for allegedly inappropriately touching a former campaign staffer after a June 19th meeting, according to court records. The staffer told police that Chavez twice grabbed and patted their buttocks without consent as they left the meeting. A week later, Chavez allegedly asked the staffer to sign a non-disclosure agreement, and when they refused, they were fired the next day. Chavez, who's the president of the Parking Company of America and one of 6 challengers to Mayor Tim Keller in the November 4th election, has pleaded not guilty and is scheduled for an October 14th bench trial. His attorney declined to comment, and the complaint notes that Chavez later claimed he mistook the staffer for his wife before apologizing. The FBI has returned a stolen 18th century map known as Villa de Santa Fe to the National Archives of Mexico during a ceremony at the Mexican consulate in Albuquerque. The map, which highlights Santa Fe's role on the historic Camino Rio de Terra Atendo trade route, was stolen, identified as missing in 2011, and recovered in New Mexico 5 years later. After nearly a decade of verification and archival review, the document was officially repatriated. Officials described the map as a vital piece of shared history between Mexico and New Mexico. Mexico. Mexican consul Patricia Pinzon called it a symbol of cultural preservation and binational cooperation, noting it as part of a broader effort that has seen thousands of artifacts returned to Mexico. Scholars Manuel Garcia y Griego and Joseph P. Sanchez emphasize the map's significance in illustrating New Mexico's historic territorial reach and its role in cultural exchange. Santa Fe Mayor Alan Weber praised the return as a celebration of history, friendship, and community. New Mexico health officials confirmed Wednesday that a 77-year-old Bernalillo County man has tested positive for the plague, marking the state's second case this year. The man, like a 43-year-old Valencia County resident who contracted the disease in June after a camping trip, was hospitalized and later released. This is the first Bernalillo County case of the plague since 2016. The plague, a rare but potentially life-threatening bacterial illness, is spread by rodents, fleas, or contact with infected animals and can be treated with antibiotics if caught early. Health experts urge residents to keep pets on flea control, avoid sick or dead rodents, clean up rodent habitats near the home, and use insect repellent when outdoors. Symptoms include sudden fever, chills, weakness, or painful swollen lymph nodes, while pets may show fever, lethargia, loss of appetite, or swelling under the jaw. On average, New Mexico sees about 2 human plague cases per year, though recent years have seen fewer. And Chef Marie Anigas, best known for her beloved downtown restaurant Bocadillos, has revived the business in a new form, a permanently stationed food truck at Marble Brewery's downtown tap room. The new venture, SRB Sandwich Shop, honors the original slow-roasted Bocadillos name and opened last week to enthusiastic crowds. Anigas, who is a James Beard semifinalist and a Food Network alum, co-founded Bocadillos in 2009 alongside her wife. The eatery became a local favorite for its bold, oversized sandwiches before closing in 2022 due to rising costs and reduced downtown traffic after COVID. She described the closure as, quote, the hardest breakup of her life. A partnership with Marble Brewery's new owners gave Anigas the chance to bring her food back nearly 20 years after she first dreamed of opening at a tap room. The SRB Sandwich Shop menu features classics like the TNA, Duke City Reuben, and 505 Philly, plus new items such as carne nevada nachos, chicharrones, and a Monte Cristo sandwich. Anigas says she hopes the relaunch not only reunites fans with her food, but also brings the community together, saying, quote, we're going to lose everything if we don't stick together. I think that's what Marble's about, and that's what I'm about. The leading news is powered by the journalism of the Albuquerque Journal. If you enjoy hearing all of the stories we share with you here daily, please consider becoming a digital subscriber to the Journal by utilizing the discount code in our show notes. Every subscription helps support local journalism and allows us to provide you with the news that matters to you. Now taking a look at Albuquerque's weather forecast. Today you can expect sunny skies with a high near 85, and as for this evening, partly cloudy with a low around 57. To keep up with all the latest news from the Albuquerque Journal, you can visit our website at abqjournal.com. That's the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. We'll be back tomorrow.